Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Recipe with Dr. Stepheny Finnie. It is my hope that through each segment, you will receive ingredients to live your best life. One seasoning I'm personally passionate about is in the area of health and wellness. In fact, I host an Instagram live titled, Do You Know What's in Your Feminine Care? But I will speak more about this at the end of the show. For today, please welcome back my Girl Talk host, Miss Agita Riggins and Boomshika Rogers.
Well. Good evening, everyone. We have some great topics for you today. And this is my favorite day of the week because I am with my girls. What do you have to say, Boom?
Well, good evening, everyone. Of course, you know I'm Boomshika Rogers, and we're going to have an exciting show for you tonight. But understand, we're going to keep it real, classy, and sometimes real petty. So get ready.
Okay, well, let's begin with a few introductory comments for discussion. Did you know that the House passed the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act on August 25th? This was approved with a 219 to 212 vote, with all Republicans voting no against the legislation. And it's called Title HR 4. The bill would restore the pre-clearance formula for the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which was struck down by the Supreme Court in 2013. Now it's up to the Senate. Your thoughts?
Nothing's going to happen.
Well, I believe, and this is just me, we have so many people in our community that they don't want to vote because they said that vote doesn't count. Honey, if your vote didn't count, they wouldn't be trying to keep it from you as hard as they're doing right now. So pay attention. Pay attention. They know who turns the tide in elections. If your vote doesn't count, they wouldn't be fighting to stop you from voting. So I want all of those out there who are not registered to vote, who keep complaining about what's going on right now. Until you register to vote, I need you to do this. Don't speak on it. You're registered to vote.
You know what, though? I appreciate that because we have so many people, or at least that I've met here on the East Coast, that have said, I just don't vote. And I said, well, when you don't vote, that's a vote for the person that you don't want to get into the position. That's normally how it works. And why not vote when our ancestors have fought so hard for us to have the right? And I'm just talking about the presidential vote. Okay, vote for everything. All the little votes or so-called little votes count. To me, it's not little elections or little votes. Every vote counts because your legislators, the people that are in office right now that are putting forth all these legislative actions, these are the ones that we either voted for or did not vote for, but got in off of your no vote. So you need to always think about that. I just don't understand why people don't vote. I will never get it. I will never understand it. It bothers me when I hear people say that, especially people in the African American community. It really bothers me. So that's where I'm at on the subject. I think that it doesn't make sense, or as my dad would say, it just doesn't meet the Common Sense Act.
Come on, Daddy.
I have to say this one thing, that
Yeah.
whether you vote or you don't, you still voted.
Yes.
Whether you physically go into those polls or not, you still voted. Because
Yep.
at the end of the day, whether you vote or not, you still have an opinion and you still have a desire of what you want. And so whether you cast your vote for what you want or you don't, you voted. You're still taking part of a system that you say it doesn't work. And so at the end of the day, if we want to see change and we want to affect the world or our world in a positive way, go out there and vote. Period. I pray and I put positive vibes out there that our lawmakers will do the right thing and push this through. And I'm going to leave it at that. But here's what I'm going to say. If they don't push it through and you don't like it, and you didn't vote the last time to ensure that someone gets in that will pass this bill, well, you know what to do. and
All
then walk
right.
on over and get registered to vote.
Until then,
I like that.
You know, I was excited to get registered to vote. As soon as I turned 18, I woke up that day and told my mother, I need to go get this paperwork done. And I think this would be a good movement. Instead of posting my kids' first day of school, when they turn 18, post them signing up to get registered to vote. I think we need to make this like an annual event. And maybe it'll come in style, actually voting. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. If any of your children turn 18 and you know me, send me your kid's picture for them signing up to vote so that I can post it on my social media. Because, see, that's what I'd like to see. Now I'm done.
Absolutely. But speaking of that, I actually registered to vote at Langston University. I will never forget. It was when Bill Clinton was running for office, and I remember they had the polls out, and I had never registered. I turned 18 in June, and so then I went to school in August, and that's when I signed up, and it was like I had never experienced anything like that. It was really it was like you said, a positive vibe. It was like, come on, let's get signed up to vote. I didn't have anyone who really explained to me growing up the importance of voting. But when I went to Langston, it was explained to me, and they brought the polls to me so that I could vote, so I could get registered and vote. And it was really a big deal. I was excited.
It is a big deal. It's such a big deal. It is. We raise our children to be good people, right? Good citizens, to take care of themselves. If they have a family, take care of your family. But a part of being a good citizen is being involved. It's understanding what's going on. It's casting your vote. And so as parents, if that's important to you, then we got to start having those conversations early. Right now, my 12-year-old is watching the news, and they're understanding how laws are made, and they're understanding what's at risk when we fail to understand and when we fail to vote. And so voting and that desire to be a good citizen doesn't start when they're 18. It starts right now. Take some time, start teaching them the civics net. You see, kids right now, they're at a disadvantage, first of all, because what I grew up with was Schoolhouse Rocks. And I learned through the methodology of song.
Yes.
What a bill is.
Yes. Yes.
The bill gets passed. And right now, children have TV shows where children act like miniature adults where parents don't exist. I don't understand TV for children now. But I had Schoolhouse Rocks. That's all I'm saying. Maybe we need to bring it back. Reboot that. Reboot that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that was the best. That was the best.
This is my favorite.
Good memories between that and Sesame Street.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes. Remember the train? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. See, I took you back. Okay. Well, let's go to number 2. Serena Williams Venture Capital Fund and others invest $1.6 million in minority-focused healthcare startup called HUED, and that's HUED. The founder, Kimberly Wilson, launched the health tech platform in 2018 after having a traumatic experience of receiving improper care from a healthcare provider the previous year. And HUED was designed to help connect Black and Latino patients with culturally competent healthcare providers.
Okay, so I have to say something on this. One, I think it's awesome. And I have shared, I didn't understand what was happening to me at the time. I called Agita. I had surgery in 2018. They put a device in my chest because I was struggling with a heart condition. And he said, the doctor told me, an Anglo-Saxon doctor, this told me that you'll be fine. We're going to do a local anesthesia. No problem. So they give it to me in my chest, and I don't know if it was a bad batch or if my body just didn't react well. But about every 6 minutes, it would wear off, and he would cut, and I would scream and holler, and he would not let me off the table. And he just kept cutting. I kept screaming. He said, "Okay, we'll give her some more." So they would give me some more, and it worked for about 6 more minutes. And then I was screaming again. And this went on for about 30 minutes, and he would not let me off that table. He said, "Oh, it's not hurting you that bad." And I had to realize, and I'm crying and I'm emotional. And I called Gita, and she was like, "Oh no, they think that we don't feel pain because they're of that myth." They used to experiment on African American women and slaves back in the day to learn how to work with human anatomy, and we were guinea pigs because they felt like we didn't feel pain. And so I was one of those victims as I'm laying on a table in San Antonio, Texas, screaming and hollering, and the doctor wouldn't let me off that table. And I remember coming out and I'm crying, and my husband, who was my fiance at the time, he looks at me and he said, "Oh my God, what happened?" And because I'm a little extra sometimes. And I just sat there and I said, "I need you to do me." And he said, "Got it." And he got in that doctor's tail so quick, like I would do. But I was mentally not prepared because that is traumatic. If you have someone cutting you open and you can feel it, he said, "You're just feeling pressure." It is a traumatic experience. And these doctors who think that we're still animals and they're out there working on us, they have no compassion for us. And it's a sad situation. So I am grateful to anyone who's going to connect us with doctors who look like us and who understand that, yes, I feel pain too. And I want the same level of care as any of my non-African American counterparts. I'm done.
And the other thing is if you look at the curriculum for programs for medicine, they don't have a large section for diversity, and that's a problem. That's a problem because for a lot of them, a part of that bedside manner has to do with a person's culture and their background, your ability to make a connection with the people that you are serving. And so at the end of the day, there's another thing that needs to be done. We need to add that curriculum. We need to add curriculum so that you understand people of all races, ethnicity, races, cultures, religions, age groups, because it's important. It's important. It's the difference between you providing a service that's just technical and you making a connection. People will not fully tell you everything they need to tell you if there is no connection and if they don't feel you care. And so I am happy to hear about this program, and I hope that it moves forward and it prospers because it's needed, and not just the fact that they will say that you're not in pain and not helping you. My husband called because he was experiencing pain in his shoulder, and he called his general practitioner's office, and his receptionist said to my husband, before even asking him, "Is it due to injury? How did the pain come? How long have you had it? Let's get you in for a review." Before she said any of those questions, she told my husband, "We don't give opioids here." So it's not just the doctors. It's the doctors and the people that they hire. And now, mind you, it is hard for some people to go to the doctor, and if that's what they're met with, then there's another problem because they have a medical condition that needs to be checked on, and there's no one there to help them. So I hope this is one of many steps that people will take to ensure that all people get good quality care from their physicians. And I'm so proud of her. Yet another thing that she is knocking out the park. So good job.
Good job.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is a great thing too. I don't have a personal experience, thank God. But I know that when my auntie, it feels weird calling her aunt, but when my auntie got sick the second time around, with cancer, we didn't know it was cancer. And I mean, literally, it was like, things moved much faster the second time. Lost eyesight, some hearing, just started to deteriorate. And so I wasn't there, but I know my mom told me that they took her to a doctor in a certain area. And when they got there, that the doctor was very rude, and he wasn't hospitable. And I mean, it was like literally, it just made them feel terrible. And it's like, you have this person, this family member that you're bringing because something's wrong. And so I don't know where my mom found out about this other guy. It's a younger guy, white male, and they went to him. It was like a one-day thing. He said, come and see me now, I can get you in. They got her in, and he said, I don't know what the issue is, but I promise you I'm going to figure it out. So they ran all these tests that same day. And 2 weeks later, he called and he said, the cancer is back, but the difference is it's in her spine. And if we operate, it would be like doing brain cancer. So there's going to be some serious decisions to be made, because that is a 50-50 chance to even make it if we do that type of surgery. And, but just the fact that there was somebody right before that was so rude, and we're trying to figure out what is going on with her and why are you being rude? I mean, I'm sorry that maybe you had a bad day, but you're in the business of taking care of patients, and you need to have a better attitude, because that means everything to somebody who's coming in trying to find out what is wrong with my sister, what is wrong with me, what is wrong with my child, And I just remember that my mom was so upset. She was so upset about that experience. And if a program like Feud can help us get culturally competent healthcare providers, then I'm 100% for it, because just off of that alone, and God bless my auntie, she transitioned from labor to reward on March 18th, 2019, but still, just the fact that should have never even been a story that I should have to tell on this podcast today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we have a way to let our voices be heard. We can call in on those doctors. We can call their hospitals and let them know what's going on. And we need to do more than that. We need to start telling people what's going on, and so that these doctors can get the mandatory training that they need, and even their employees in our case. So that's great news. Great news.
All right. Let's go to our last topic, and that is Alabama A&M University was gifted with $2.2 million by an anonymous donor. According to university officials, $1 million will support the school's athletic programs, and the remaining funds will support ongoing university initiatives.
Very nice.
So
my checking account is open for any anonymous donation. I mean, just put it underneath the table on my porch. You just drop it off.
You're not offended by
my ring. I won't look at my ring. Just drop it off. I'm here for that.
Well, as I've shared before, my Cash App is.
Yes, I remember that when we talked about Rihanna becoming a billionaire. Yes,
my Cash App is. I don't even need $1 million.
Yes.
If you would like to make a donation, if you're out there and you want to make a donation in my honor, you could do that to Langston University's Marching Pride. You can absolutely do that. I would greatly appreciate that, and they will accept that. But if you should ever find it in your spirit, praise him, Lord. All right. Do y'all feel that? It's in my spirit right now. If you should find it in your spirit to bless me with any denomination of money, and I do like the kind that folds, not jingles, with any denomination like that folds, I will be a gracious recipient. It can be done to me electronically through Cash App, Confusion, KONFUSSION, Confusion. You can hit me PayPal. You know
Oh
what? You
my
can look at me on Facebook under Boom Shika Rogers. I will be grateful, ever so grateful. I have 4 sons that are draining my pocketbook. And if you should ever, come on, somebody. Do y'all feel
She is
the
putting
spirit
all of
moving in
her
this
she is putting
place?
all of her information out there. She's putting all of her financial ways that you could donate.
Do you feel it moving in this place? Come on
I
now.
do. I feel it because if you win, I win. So let's do this, sis.
Come on. Let him use you. Let him use you in my pocketbook. Oh, come on. I feel a money blessing coming. I feel a money blessing coming. Wait. It's in the shoulders. You
Mm,
know it's good when it's in the
mm.
shoulders.
In those shoulders, in them.
Yes, in those shoulders. Yes,
Mm-hmm,
it is. It's in
mm-hmm,
those.
mm-hmm.
Speaking of donations for HBCUs, though, seriously,
Seriously.
I looked on the list. No, she's serious. I looked on the list of HBCUs that receive money from the United Negro College Fund, and Langston University is not one of those schools because we are a land grant college.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to put that out there for people who do donate. Make sure that you check and make sure that either if you're trying to donate to a particular school through the United Negro College Fund, which is great, make
Mm-hmm.
sure that school is a part of the United Negro College Fund because schools that are land grant colleges like Langston University are not on that list, so the money will not go to them.
Yes.
Okay? Doesn't mean that you're not doing a good thing. Just saying if you specifically are trying to use example, United Negro College Fund to donate to your alma mater, such as Langston University, that is not a land grant college, it will not go there because they cannot receive that money through the United Negro College Fund.
Yes.
All right?
Wow.
Yep. Yep. That is a fact.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, let's take a quick break and then we will be right back with the Recipes Girl Talk edition with Boomshika Rogers and Agita Riggins.
Hey, it's your girl Lisa Dene, and I want to tell you about a product that has changed my life. Rain Premium Sanitary Napkins. Rain products are infused with a Nobel Prize winning material called graphene. It's the graphene strip that provides the various health benefits that can improve your quality of life during that time of the month. Listen, I've been very loyal to a certain brand of feminine products, but I've never experienced the results I get with Rain products. The difference is in the graphene strip. Using Rain products has totally eliminated the painful cramps I experience, and it can also help balance your body's pH, eliminate harmful bacteria, and help fight fatigue. Graphene moves heat away from your core to keep you cool and comfortable. Ladies, it's time to upgrade your feminine care with products that not only offer protection, but also improve your health and wellness. Place your order today and receive your premium sanitary napkins delivered directly to your door. Visit www.drfcare.com to make your purchase today. And don't forget to mention that your girl Lisa Dene and Stunner Radio sent you.
Hello, and welcome back to the Recipes Girl Talk edition with
Agita Riggins trying to fix this camera.
And Boom
yes.
Shika Rogers. I'm still minding my business.
Amen, sis. Oh, Lord. Okay, we're good. We're not good. We're going to make it.
Okay.
How's that?
Okay. Okay.
Gorgeous.
That works. You're doing good. You're doing good. So, what questions are we posing to the group today? Or what topic?
Hit them, Boom.
Okay, so I have this topic.
Mm.
Oh my
And
God.
so it is, does relationship counseling really work? And I say this because I've done relationship counseling. I've done marriage counseling. All of you know who've watched this show before. Y'all know I have the tendency to get divorced from time to time. So I've had to go through some counseling a couple of times. My business, mind yours. Now, so what I've learned in relationship counseling is that it can work, but both of y'all can't be lying. See, that's what you have to consider. If you're going to go into counseling, somebody got to be telling the truth. Now, I know when I went to counseling, I was telling the truth the first couple of times. But when I realized he was lying, I said, well, if we just going to make it up, we just might as well go ahead and make it all up. You know what I'm saying? So, now, with my Mr., yes, we went through marriage counseling. You get ready to get married, and we were open. And I was like, oh, he's telling the truth too. Okay, so now we can tell the truth. And it was that open process. But, when people say, well, I've gone through counseling and it just didn't work. Well, I'm going to just ask the question. Were you being honest? Were you both being honest? Did you go in it with an open mindset? So really, if I were to think about it, it does work if you want it to work. But what about you all? I don't know if you've been to counseling, marriage counseling. There's something you found out after the fact. Did it work for you? Because it didn't work for me the first two. How many times I've been married? But needless to say, it worked the last time.
I've been to counseling. Yeah. I think it can work. Anything can work if you want it to work. And honestly, there is no one who is 100% honest in counseling. That's not happening. But yes, boom. Okay. But no one is. And when I say honesty, withholding the full story is also not being fully truthful as well. And so sometimes we may tell our truths, but not 100% of the truth. And that's still, don't look at me like that, boom. We're human. This is what human people do. And it's okay. And counselors know that. They're aware of that. And they walk and talk with you until they get the full story. But at the end of the day, any counseling can work if you want it to. Just like you try and you do what you're supposed to, and something will happen. It may not be everything you want, but movement can occur.
You are so deep. I'm going to just say that. You are so deep. And I'm going to just tell you right now, I was honest. The first couple of times I went, I was honest. I was brutally honest. The first couple of times I did. And then I realized we were making stuff up. And I wasn't a part of the we. So I wanted to be a part of the we since we were making stuff up. It worked out because I'm with Mr. now.
And we love Mr.
We do.
Mr.'s my favorite.
Yes. He's the best.
Oh my gosh. Let me tell you, my family, I had a cousin who said, I know this sounds strange and it's probably messed up for me to say it, but he's my favorite. I said, mine too.
He is.
Yeah.
I just love his heart and his spirit. It's just 100. 100. Yeah. True blessing on that. For real.
Yes. Yes. That was God ordained. Remember that.
Amen. Yes.
Well, I will say this about counseling. My good friend, Elder Michael Coleman, I never forget, he told me one time, he said, I'm summarizing, so if he watches this, he'll get it. He'll smile because he always drops nuggets. And I mean, he's dropped nuggets for years. And we actually do Bible study on Instagram every other Tuesday night. So we just had Bible study this Tuesday. So that's the same person in case you guys catch the Bible study. And Elder Coleman told me a long time ago, probably right after I had my second child, he said, people look at marriage counseling or counseling period, but especially marriage counseling, like it's a one-time event. Like, okay, you do it before you get married. He said, you should do marriage counseling on a periodic basis. He said, and do it before there's a problem, because then you actually see what's coming before it comes and you avoid things, because it helps you stay on top of your marriage and your relationship. And I had never thought about that. I thought that is so interesting. He said, yeah, people need to have marriage counseling if they're married on a routine basis, instead of waiting until there's a problem or saying, okay, we're going to have it now because we're talking about marriage. He said, that's fine to do that then, but have it on a periodic basis when there are no problems, just routinely, whether it's once a month, every other month, or a couple of, maybe every 2 weeks, just to keep the foundation straight. And I thought that was very good advice.
So here's my question, because, we're all believers. And look, I love the pastors. But
all counselors are not equal.
The pastor, it may not be equipped to handle all counseling situations. I'm going to say
absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
I have plenty of friends and family members that, oh no, I went and I talked to the pastor. I talked to the pastor. So there's people that have been trained to deal with your specific situation and can teach you coping skills. And yes, I'm a firm believer that there is nothing new under the sun, and the Bible can teach you great things. However, there are people out here who are going to equip you with the coping skills and the power and to empower you to get beyond where you are. And yes, Pastor, you know the Bible backwards and forwards, and you're probably outstanding with marriage counseling. You're probably outstanding with preaching the word. You're probably just dynamic with how we should raise our children. But Pastor, I don't know if you can help me if my husband is a drug addict. Pastor, I don't know if you can help me if my husband is beating me and I need a place. I might need some additional help. Now, this has not happened to me, but I'm saying, ladies, even men, because say men don't tell. It's okay to go seek professional help and spend a little money to get you the type of help you need. And if you don't have the money, there are free resources out there that are provided to everyone when you have a specific issue. And I mean, sometimes just pray about it. Okay, so I need some skills to get beyond the fact that I'm thinking about hurting myself. And yes, I believe we can pray about it, but right now my flesh is so weak that my spirit is falling and I need some additional help. It's okay. And I'm just going to say that again, it's okay to get that help. My 2 cents.
No, ma'am.
No, I agree.
That was like $50 right there. That was a whole $50. That wasn't too. That was some good sense.
Oh, yes, yes. And Elder Coleman, the person I referred to, he never said it had to be a pastor. Mm-hmm. He never said that. But I do believe that they should be a spiritual person. I do believe that. That's my 10 cents, because I believe that if I am equally yoked, or if I want to be, how about that? If I want to be equally yoked with my husband, and if all you're going to apply is book sense, that's not going to be enough. That's not going to be enough. Now, I believe it will help, and I definitely need that too, but I need for you to give me some spiritual words that I can feast on, chew on, and digest, because I need that as well. So I need both. I need both.
So I want to weigh in on that, because I want to combine both of your answers. When you're choosing a counselor, that's one of the things that you need to consider. Now, there are counselors with a religious background, and for every religion, not just Christianity. And then there are counselors who are more book methodology, and it depends on what is good for you. Now, my counseling was not faith-based. However, I can see how that could be good for couples who rely on the faith to get them through. Mm-hmm. And so what I want to say is that you have to find the person that's right for you. Go on their website and read their summary for your counselor, their background, what they work on, whether they're faith-based or not, all of that, the insurance that they will take. If you don't have insurance, how much it will cost. All of that is usually on their website. So check that out, because the beauty of counseling working is finding the right person to counsel you.
So I just love that Agita is our voice of reason, and she brings it on home, and she's so professional. Girl, you better go, because
thank you.
I love that about you. I learn something new from you every time we speak. Y'all send me the Cash App. I bless her.
Hook her up, y'all, because Mama needs a new couch. I'm ready. I've told Mr. and I've hinted. Is it 17 or 18, Bonnie? What's that math? 2008? 2004.
Yes.
Yeah. It's coming
17.
up
It'll
soon.
be 17 this year in December, in November.
November 17 this year. And Mister, if you're looking, I've identified the couch of my dreams at the furniture store, and I am able to go to the furniture store with you and show you all the benefits of this new couch that I want. But if y'all want to cash at Vonnie, I'm gonna bypass that as my anniversary gift, and we can do something else like go on a vacation.
Amen.
Celebrate 17
Amen.
years of marital bliss.
Amen.
But here's the question I have. So people go to counseling, right? And one of the things that we learn about in counseling is boundaries. So I want to know, ladies,
Hold up.
What?
Before you do that, let's take a commercial break, and then we're going to come back.
Oh, we're going to talk about those boundaries,
So
y'all.
we're going to talk about it. So hold on. We're coming back. Come, hold up, hold tight. All right.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, comedian actress Coca Brown. And I got to give a huge shout out to my girl, Dr. Stepheny Finnie, because she put me on. What? To the Jewel sanitary napkin. These babies are amazing. Not only are they good to me, they're good for me. Not only do they help with absorption, moisture control, and protection, because yes, sometimes I like to wear white, but these babies also have a great ingredient called graphene that helps with cramps. Huh? Are you kidding me? So you're telling me that I'm protected and I can control my moods a little bit? I love it. So please make sure you hit up my girl, Dr. Stepheny Finnie. They have a variety of sizes for every kind of flow, whether it's heavy, light, overnight, she got you. So make sure you hit up my girl, Dr. Stepheny Finnie, and get you some Jewel sanitary napkins today. I strongly endorse these, honey, especially if you're like me. You need all the help you can get for that time of the month. All right?
Okay, perfect timing. Welcome back to the Recipes Girl Talk Edition with co-host
Agita Riggins, here being deep.
And Boomshika Rogers, no matter what Agita may call me, my name is Boomshika.
It's all good.
Yes, I'm in the witness protection program.
I'm sorry. Boom, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so go ahead and hit us with that pivot, Miss Agita. You are pivoting on to the next topic of discussion.
So,
go right ahead.
Every marriage has boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
And every person has that line that you shall not cross. Mm-hmm. Everybody has that foot that they have put down on this one issue. What are your marital boundaries? I'm ready.
Go ahead, Dr. Finnie. I'll let you start.
Do it, Dr. Finnie.
I'll give you one. It's very general. It's confusion. When I notice that there's any type of confusion going on, like if I notice there's a friend or a so-called friend or somebody that is confused, that deals with confusion, or they're a confusing person, I will step in and say, you know what, we cannot have that. We cannot do that, because this is a home of peace, and we function in peace at all times. And I will not let anything come in and disrupt my peace. And I mean that is real. So, it can be any type of dysfunction. Like I said, it could be, an issue where money's leaving the house too much. So why is money going over here so much? Okay, I understand that this person's got this going on, but why do you have to be the one? Just hypothetically speaking, it could be, again, you have, made a new friend, a guy friend, cool. But I know about that person because I work at the same place that you work at, and I know about this person, and they have a history of some stuff that I don't want around my kids or you, for that matter. So we need to distance immediately. We need to part the Red Sea and go across the water and let them stay back with the, yeah. So that, it's just confusion. Anything that deals with confusion, I believe that your home is your sanctuary.
Yeah.
And it should be peaceful. And if it's not, then you need to get your peace back. And you need to figure out how to do it. And you should lie down in peace, and you should wake up in peace. And if you're not, that's a problem.
Amen. I like that. I used to tell people all the time, I have to have peace in two places, work and home, because I got to go to both. So I got to have peace there. So, that is valuable when you don't have it. And I agree, that's a boundary that we must have. I don't know if I have too many boundaries, and I need to learn how to compromise more. My daddy once told me that if anybody's supposed to be happy, it's supposed to be you. And unfortunately, I've held on to that. So if I am not happy, because I don't do long suffering, so when I am unhappy, I move around. What I'm learning is to understand compromise, and not everything is a boundary. Some things are just a misunderstanding. And but one of my boundaries, I will say, without any hesitation, don't talk to me like I have a tail. Don't point your finger at me. Don't do me like this. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I'm not your child. I'm not your child. And I say it all the time. My mother didn't birth a monkey or a dog. So don't talk to me like I have a tail. That's the boundary. Lower your voice, because I'm trying to talk to you like I love you. However, I can speak to you in a vernacular that I'm sure you will understand. If you push me with the proper motivation, I can talk to you any kind of way you want me to talk to you. So in order for us to stay off of that, because, Boom Shika minds her business, but who Boom Shika really is will get in yours. You know what I'm saying? So just don't talk to me like I have the tail. Let's be respectful. Talk to me like you love me, because the moment you don't talk to me like you don't love me, I'm gonna show you how I really don't talk to you, because I can show you what it feels like when somebody talks to you like you got a tail. But I'm not gonna do that, because God is yet working on me. Amen. That is my major boundary. Don't talk to me like I have a tail. Glory.
That, I love everything y'all said. I've developed a list.
Girl, she is too much. I can't.
First and foremost, don't bring me no extra babies. What we not gonna do is be raising other people's children. That's what I'm not gonna do. Second of all, if you're bringing me extra babies, it means you're not keeping me safe.
Amen.
And I got a problem with that. Okay. So I got to let you go just on GP, because you're not doing your one job, which is keeping me safe. Amen. That's on there. Number one, don't bring me no babies. Number two, don't bring me no diseases. It's not a gift. Okay. What we're not going to do is me have to change my whole life because you couldn't do your one job, which is to what?
Keep you safe.
Keep me safe. Number two, if you broke it, fix it. Okay. As you doing laundry, you messed up my favorite shirt because you put it in with colors and now it's blue when it used to be white. I'm gonna need you to fix that. Go get me a new blouse. If you broke it, fix it. I have boundaries. That's rude. Don't mess up my stuff and then not fix it. Thou shalt not miss a holiday or a birthday. You have 364 days from that holiday or birthday to think about what said holiday, birthday gift I'm gonna get. I do the same for you. I feel like that's important. Don't do that. That's a line. You're crossing it. If I'm busy and there's dishes, do them joints.
Dishes. Yes. Preach.
First of all, second of all, food is my love language. If I'm busy and ain't no food, fix it or go get it. I'd appreciate that. I have more, but I feel like I may be monopolizing the time. I'm willing to share this.
Go ahead. You got it. Go ahead.
I feel like if I share this list, marriages will be happier because my male friends used to say they didn't understand what women want. I got like a whole list that I can publish and send to you for the cost of $5.99. And it'll help your marriage because all you'll have to do is take this list to your wife and she'll say what she wants. Then you know what we want. But here's the line. If we gave you the list and you don't adhere to it, well, then you crossed yet another line. Yes. Get it together. It's black and white.
Yeah. I mean, I have some too. Now, I was trying to be nice, Skeeter. Go ahead and finish your list because I got a couple. I've been divorced a couple of times. I got a lot.
The list is long. Go ahead, though. I'll share it.
This is my problem. So me and my husband have discussed getting separate bathrooms, because when you are doing number two, let me tell you something. Turn that fan on. Turn the fan on. It's disrespectful. What is inside of you has died. It has clearly died, and you cannot resurrect it. But you got it floating around in my bedroom. It goes from the bathroom to the bedroom. I'm like, turn the fan on. You can do that. That doesn't make sense. If my car doesn't have gas in it, put some gas in it. I should not have to take my pretty self to the gas station, because that's where the vultures are. Put that on your list, girl.
I'm crossing it off mine. I'm crossing it off because that's on the list. That's on the list.
And the trash. Let me tell you something.
Oh,
I'm not taking that trash out. I promise you, we will have gnats and flies and maggots all in this house before I take the trash out. So understand, take the trash out. Now, I will say Mr. does a very good job of making sure the trash is out, but he can't seem to put the vent on in the bathroom when he's taking the number two. That doesn't sit well in my spirit. Another thing that bothers me, men that shuffle their feet. Now look here, baby. They've been down there a long time. If you don't pick them doggone feet up, quit sliding your feet across this floor. We ain't gonna make it. We ain't gonna make it. You're not a baby. Baby slide so they don't fall. They don't pick their feet up. Pick your feet up. Pick them up. It doesn't sit well in my spirits. Go ahead, Gator.
I'm gonna tell you what else is a boundary. Thirsty females. Look here. Look here. That's my mister. My mister. And now, your mama may not have told you that that's my mister. And if it's my mister, that is not your mister. So what I'm going to need you to do is stick with your own, because that's my mister. I don't like thirsty females, but here's the boundary. The boundary is if you know she's thirsty, make a bounce. That's not my job, sir. That's your job. When you fail to do your job, you have crossed the line. I've got a problem with that.
Because there's a whole lot of women out here that won't date a man that lives with his mama, but sure will they want to live with his wife. Let me tell you something. You little I almost lost my spirit. Hold on. Now, y'all know the Lord is working with me. Let me tell you something. That's a boundary, ladies. God is not going to give you somebody else's husband. That is a boundary that you should not cross. I'm going to just go ahead and say that again. That's a boundary you should not cross, because there's some people that got a knife in their pocket, an ice pick in their boot, and they are deadly with a knife. I'm going to need you to keep that in mind.
Okay, sis, that's premeditated. I'm going to need you to tighten up.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't let them see you coming. That's premeditated. We're going to tighten up on that.
Okay, they won't. I'm going to be in the unmarked car.
No, you done. But on the list.
It's on the list. What, something else that's on my list. Oh, go ahead, Dr.
I was saying that we need to acknowledge the comments. Miss Ashley Brown said, let me post it.
Yes, pick up them feet.
Pick those feet up.
Pick them up. Pick them up.
And another.
Oh, that's it. Respect the boundaries.
Boundaries are real. And by the way, for those of you who are interested, females and males in my list, it is $5.99. It's very cheap. And again, all you got to do is check the ones that are important to you. There is a small section on the bottom for you to add your own boundaries. I'm here for you. I want you to be successful in your marriage. And it's all about boundaries. Let's talk about this. If you can't sleep, don't stay in the bedroom where I am. Turn on that TV. That's disrespectful. My sleep keeps me looking young. I'm actually 107 years old, and you can't. Because I gets my rest.
I'm going to say that my mister is very good at that. He'll go somewhere to another room. He'll go to the media room or the living room. And not me, honey. If I wake up and I'm like, oh, no, I need background noise to sleep. And he'll just come in and put it on mute, and he'll lay down and get in the bed. And I'd be like, oh no. I hit that remote so fast, he just look at me, and I remind him. I remind him daily. You asked me to marry you. I didn't ask you. So that's my love language. You asked me. I didn't ask you. Just follow what I say.
Boundaries.
Yes.
Dr. Finnie, you weighing in?
You know, I'm glad that Vaughn said that. Boom Shika, we be slipping up. So, look at her face. Said what she said about the room and the television, because I was just going to ask, is there any of this that we do, like of this list, or is it just them? I was just wondering, because, you know, this conversation, no disrespect intended, it just seems a little slighted, like it's just about the men, but we do some things too. You know, and I'm just saying that now, all that being said, I do agree with some of those main points that are summarized under my big, broad term confusion. Like when you talked about the ladies, and if you know about that, no, we're not dealing with that, because that's confusion. And in the name of Jesus, we're not going to have that.
Amen.
And we don't even need to talk about it, because that is the end of that discussion. And, you know, anything else that coincides with anything that's going to interrupt what we have going on, that's going to disrupt the relationship and the flow that it's on, the path that it's on, that's where that has to stop. And that's just confusion, and we're not going to deal with that. Again, I have to lay down in peace and wake up in peace.
Amen.
I just got to, yeah. But yeah, Agita, I like that list for $5.99.
Yeah, Mr. has a list. It's real short. Intimacy, period. That's it.
So
long as that's there, he don't care. First of all, that's why I married the man. He's real simple. He don't require a lot. You know, he loves me for all my quirkiness, and most importantly, he accepts the list. Now, was Mr. the first man that asked me to marry him? No. Is he the best one that asked me to marry him? All day. He is good for so many reasons. But one of those reasons is
he respects the list.
He respects this list. This is why we're celebrating 17 in November. Mr. Shout out.
I love it.
My Mr. has some, I don't respect any of them. I ain't going to even lie. I don't. Because I remind him that he asked me to marry him. I didn't ask him. So, and I'm about to put all our little business out. So he has this, I have this thing, I'm quirky. And so I play with stuff. Like he'll be walking and he'll have his shirt off, and I'll flick his chest meat. He hates that. But I do it every day. And he tells me every day, like, please stop. I do it every day. It makes me giggle. I'm just like, you like that, don't you? You like that. I don't know why I do it. I do every day. Yeah. Don't let him walk in front of me. I'm going to go ahead and hit him on his rear end. I'm not going to say anything vulgar on his rear end. He hates it, but I can't help myself. I cannot help myself. And I've tried. I've asked the Lord to help me. And for a small fee, I'm sure I can get into some counseling. So if y'all want to go ahead and bless that cash app, so I can get some counseling.
Or you can pay $5.99 for my list. Either way, we love we benefit each other. We're here.
If you will help me with the $5.99, and I'm sure it's 6.25% on the tax, and the shipping and handling should be about $275. So if you want to go ahead and bless us with that, and we'll get that started and out to you right away.
Yeah.
Amen.
The list.
Dr. Which Finnie. I violate every day. But I didn't ask him to marry me. He asked me.
Okay. This has been another awesome show. Any last comments?
Oh, what are we talking about next time?
I don't know. Let's just go ahead. You could throw something out. What you thinking?
We shall surprise. Oh, question. Actually, there's a question. You want to know what we're talking about next week? Okay. Dr. Finnie, tell him, because this is your idea and it's good.
No, I'm not going to tell them. I'm going to surprise them.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be so
You get
good.
surprises on the recipe. You get surprises on the recipe. Surprises.
What would you give to a 35-year-old? What advice about this list? Develop it. The more you know about what yourself and what you want and you don't want, the ability you have to tell people what it is that you want or don't want. And you can spot that person and you can 100% say, I'm not going to waste any more time here. You see that? Don't block your blessings wasting time with somebody who's not going to make that list. So make your list. I pray on your list. Stick it in your Bible. Meditate and live on that list.
Yes.
There it is.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I like the way you said the things that you want as well, because we're quick to know what we don't want, but a lot of times we don't know what we want. So I'm glad you added that. You cover all bases, Miss Gita. I like you. You good
She's
people.
so special. She is she is the best. I'm gonna be like her when I grow up.
Ashley, hit me up. I'll hook you up for $5.99. You don't even have to make your own. Just circle what you want from my list.
Plus the $6 at 6.25% tax and the $2.75 for shipping and handling. And you can send that to Cash App Confusion, KONFUSSION.
Girl, you start getting Cash App, I'm gonna hit the floor.
And remember, January 15th.
Okay. And for everyone that has been watching or listening, thank you for taking time out of your day to connect on the recipe segment of Girl Talk with Dr. Stepheny Finnie.
Oh, Agita Riggins.
And Boom Shika Rogers, January 15th.
Before I go, if you are on Instagram, please tune in tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as I provide a serving of health and wellness in the area of feminine health care. For any men out there, please do not shy away from this topic, because if you have important women in your life, you also need to know about this information. Well, that's it for me and the ladies. Again, we hope you enjoyed this segment of the Recipes Girl Talk. And now I'm going to allow singer, songwriter, television personality, and founding member of Sisters with Voices, Lily from SWV, to provide her endorsement of RAIN, previously known as Jewel Feminine Care. See you next time on the Recipes Girl Talk as we bring you all of the ingredients for living your best life.
And the packaging, it says Jewel on it. And she sent me so many different, it's for moderate flow, heavy flow. Hold on. And this was my favorite.
That is my favorite.
I can always appreciate an overnight, but what I was really impressed by was the length, how long it was,
and how it's not as thick.
If you guys still get those healthy friends, sometimes that thing could just be out of control and never do what you asked it to do. It'd be all over the place. But honestly, I had absolutely no problems at all. And I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate this product so good, because a lot of people, they want to send you stuff, and it's like, okay, you want to believe in everybody, but everybody's product is not a good product, especially something when it comes to feminine hygiene and sanitary this and you got to be very careful, because sometimes, whatever the stuff is made with, it don't always agree with your body chemistry. But I had absolutely no problems, and I wouldn't even say this if I didn't mean it. I gave the girls in my podcast, they use it. My podcast member, she don't even use sanitary napkins. She's like a tampon girl. Mm-hmm. But she really appreciated this, and I thought, I have to tell you this. I couldn't wait to get on here to tell you this. So for everybody that's on here that's still going through them, getting those monthly visitors, please support Dr. Finnie's business. I tried it myself, and I love it.